Welcome to Above the Tape, an all-access FIVA podcast. My name is Davis Lauderdale, and I am your favorite director at Florida Elite Volleyball Academy, but more importantly, I am the host of this podcast. Today, we are going to go off structure a little bit to bring you a very different show. Unfortunately, today, that means no joke. I don't want anyone laughing so hard they can't focus and pay attention. This is going to be our inaugural Coach Reveal episode, where we will not only let you know about some of the coaches for next season, we're going to also talk a little bit about each coach and why we feel they're a great fit for their respective teams. Today, I am joined by the one who is ultimately responsible for the coaches and their assignment. So it's only right that I bring her on to kind of get her insight. She is a two-time All-American at University of Tampa, and she is a 30-year approximate club coach and high school coach, and possibly your second favorite director at FIVA. Please welcome Katia Saavedra.
Thank you, Davis.
All right. Real quick, guys, just make sure you subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. We're also on YouTube. You can subscribe there as well. If you are definitely going to want to be following us on YouTube, because I am working on something that is pretty epic. So just keep an eye out for that. And if you're in a good mood and don't want to be a hater anymore, go ahead and give us a 5-star review. And while you're there, that would make us all very, very happy. So the way I'm going to structure this show is, first I'm going to kind of go through the coaches and just kind of list off the coaches for every age group. Once we do that, we're going to go group by age group and talk about each coach. Couple warnings, first of all. We are not going to go into every coach for every team. There's a couple reasons why. If we did that, first of all, we'd be here for forever, because we had 34 teams this year, and this would be a 2-hour episode. We don't want that. In addition, we don't even have tryouts yet, so we don't know, how many exact teams we're going to have in each age group.
You don't know exactly.
Yeah. And then,
so there are some floater coaches that will just fill in,
correct,
based on how many we have in that age group.
Right. So you can't really assign coaches if you don't know how many teams you're going to have.
Yeah.
And also, of course, we are, sitting late June now. Practice not starting till November. So, a lot can change between there. That's 5 months away, almost 6 months. We have about 5 months away, so a lot can change. We could get new coaches, we could shift things around, but this is pretty solid what we're going to be.
Yeah, and the reason we switch that is usually because we don't have a team in that age group, or
Right.
maybe somebody moves unexpectedly, or gets pregnant, or all
Right.
those things that life happen.
Correct. So, yeah. But anyway, without further ado, here we go. So I'm going to just go down the list first. Our 11 regional coach is Michaela Carrick. Our 12 national coach is Daniel Reyes. Our 12 regional coach is Brianna Doherty. Our 13 elite coach is Fernando Saavedra. Our 13 national coach is Brittany Collison. Our 14 elite coach is Katia Saavedra. Our other 14 elite coach is Courtney Bobo McKenzie. Our 14 national coach is Haley Aguilar. Our 15 elite coach, also Katia Saavedra. Our other 15 elite coach is Brittany Collison. Our 15 national coach is Michael Quinn. Our other 15 national coach is Brianna Doherty once again. Our 16 elite coach is Elise Zapata. The other 16 elite coach is Michaela Carrick. Our 16 national coach, Maddie Williams. Our 17 elite coach, Fernando Saavedra. The other 17 elite coach, Frank Cassine. Is that right?
I think so.
We think so. We're going to go with that. 17 national coach is Savannah Ogle. 18s is still a little bit up in the air, so we're going to hold off on that. But we think we know who it is, but we're not 100% sure. So we're just going to wait so we don't look bad. Correct?
Well, yeah, and I believe, we can go ahead and say it's going to be Allie Burke. She went to Auburn University, and she was a phenomenal outside hitter. She coached for us last year. We don't know if we're going to have one or two, and so that's why we are still waiting for that other coach.
Right.
If we need another coach.
And speaking of 18s, real quick, just want to mention that our 18s did something kind of big this year. They won the national championship.
They did.
Which is our third national championship in 3 years at FIVA. So our 12s won it 3 years ago. Then our other new 12s won it the last year, and then now this team has won
our
it.
Our 18s won it.
They fought really hard.
They did. They did. We did a great job. Fernando coached that team. I coached that team last year, and this team was coached by Fernando, and he unfortunately could not be there on the last day, only because he was at JO's with his 13
Open, yeah.
And so he was coaching over there, 13 Open, and so I had to coach the last day, which I got the best. I got to coach them when they won that national championship. But definitely that all props go to Fernando for preparing that team and making them love that game. And
that was an exciting.
It was wonderful.
Very exciting game. I'm not gonna lie.
It was a crazy game.
We got smoked in the first set. Second set we're getting smoked. I think it was like 16-7 or 16.
We were down to almost 10 points in the second set.
And then we somehow came back and won that second. And the third we just blew them out.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
That just shows a resilience that volleyball, it does not matter. Doesn't matter what the score is.
Yeah.
There can be ups and downs even at the 18s level.
Yeah, and you're watching that game, you're like, oh, they're just better than I texted Fernando, who's watching. I think they're just better than us. I don't think we should feel bad. And the next thing you know, it was we were better than them.
Yeah.
It's just the way, just kind of the way volleyball goes. But it was a lot of fun. And then of course, congratulations to your 14s team who came in third place in Liberty and USAV Nationals.
Yep, they had a lot of fun.
Very easily could have won
by
that.
A little bit,
lost to the team that won the whole thing and won the first set and just couldn't pull it out. But man, they were on fire. They were on. The other team was on fire, but we were on fire too. It was a fantastic game. So anyway, starting out with our 11s, our 11 regional coach, like I said, is Michaela Carrick.
So Michaela's going to coach two teams, and I'm going to go ahead and just talk about Michaela with both teams.
Sure.
That way we kill two birds with one stone. Michaela's going to coach our 11s and is going to coach our other 16 elite team. So Michaela is a very, very fundamentally sound skills coach. She really has a huge attention to detail, and that's one of the things that I really love about Michaela. She pinpoints very specific skills. She tweaks whether it's your arm swing, your footwork, your steps, where you're supposed to be, why. She gives you that explanation. And every team Michaela has ever coached has done extremely well. Every team. Yeah. She coached the first year. She coached for us a 13s and an 18s team, a 13s team. The following year, 13s and 18s, and of course this year she did 14s and 16s. So next year she will be doing 11s and 16s. I love Michaela's personality. And sometimes, some people don't necessarily appreciate the stoic part of that. And I say that because I wish I could be more like her. I clearly am not stoic. I am a whirlwind of emotions on the sideline, but I try, and I've told my husband Fernando, I wish I could be a little bit more like Michaela and not show my emotions on my face. But she does a really good job of keeping calm, and then giving her feedback when it's needed. So I think that for the 11s, it's going to be great because it grounds them. There is not a high and a low, and she's going to keep them calm, keep them grounded, and focusing on those basics. And with the 16s, she's got a lot of kids that she really she knows through other coaching opportunities, and she's known them for a long time. And they're really a great bunch of kids that they're the kids that Brittany has this year, and they got a bid as well.
Yeah.
So she's really looking forward to coaching that, and I appreciate everything that Michaela does. She's one of our master coaches. She's there all the time, and she really is a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
So very excited for her. Not to mention, Michaela went to Columbia College. She was a setter, and to be a setter, in my opinion, you need to have a very high volleyball IQ.
Right.
She definitely has that in volleyball. She also coached at St. Leo for 4 years.
Yeah.
So she is a college coach that has come to us, and she's been with us for 3 years. We're going to go into the 4th year, and I'm excited. I'm excited to have her.
And the results speak for themselves.
They do.
She just wins
every year.
Every
year they win.
Her 14 elite team, which was our second 14s team this year. I mean, they went 10-1 in AAU. They lost one match the entire one. And
they have a phenomenal record. Every single year. Every year.
She does a great job.
She does.
All right, next up. 12th national coach is Daniel Reyes.
Oh, I love Danny. So Danny has been coaching for about 8-9 years. He coached at Steel. He coached at Dynamite, and he's with us now. He's got a couple of kids with us at FIVA, both very talented players. His oldest daughter plays with my daughter. Amazing attitudes. He is, he's hard on his kids, just like we are.
Yeah.
We've got that feistiness, but he's done an amazing job with the 11s. And that team this year, uh, their average height was about what, 4'5".
Yeah,
You know what I
maybe.
mean? But
Yeah.
they were
They
ballers,
fought
and
hard.
they
Yeah.
fought hard. They served. They were in position. They hit the ball. They had top spin. They knew their footwork. They had,
Yeah.
they ran their defense. And he'll be coaching them again next year. And I'm really looking forward to it. Danny has an incredible personality, and I think that that personality really comes out in the girls because he's all about, feistiness, energy, passion for the game. And when you're a coach that has that, you teach that, you foment that
Hmm.
in your players. So I'm really happy that he'll be coaching that 12s next year.
Great. All right. 12 regional coach is Brianna Doherty.
I love Brianna. Brianna is a young coach, but she is stern as if she was already a
Mhm.
veteran coach. She really demands a lot from the kids, and I've loved her coaching. This year, she coached 13s and 15s, and you know, every parent that comes to me, she's tough, but we love her. My kid needs
Yeah.
that. Yes, your kid needs to be held to higher standards. She loves the kids. The kids know she loves them. She hugs them. She tells them, look, you're going to get another chance if she pulls you out. She's very direct, but you can tell that she um, has a huge amount of passion for this game, and
Yeah.
she wants to get better and better and better every single year. So she will be coaching our 12s and our 15s, which she
Yeah.
did amazing with this year. And one of the great things about Brianna is that she is so energetic. And,
Yeah.
as we get older, we just don't have, I sometimes just don't have the energy to do that, but she is all energy. And that really helps all her teams.
Absolutely. And she's kind of like a mini Elise. Like she reminds me so much of Elise in a little way. Loud voice and
Definitely
very
loud.
electric.
Definitely
Very
loud. Yes. Yes.
But she's been a lot of fun. She came to us this year and she
And she is
immediately fit in.
she coaches at Sun Lake. She's the head coach for JV at Sun Lake. And last year, she coached her 14s to a national championship. So she's fantastic.
Yeah.
We're really happy to have her.
Yeah. 13 elite coach. I think you know this guy pretty well, Fernando Saavedra.
Yes, Fernando Sabe. So, obviously, my husband is fantastic, and I'm a little bit biased because he is fantastic. But Fernando has so much knowledge in the game. He has a very calm demeanor, and that really grounds the kids when they play. He's able to calm them down. You get nerves. You can tend to freak out when it's game point and things of that nature. But he really does have that personality that keeps him focused and engaged. He played Division 1 volleyball in Bolivia at Cochabamba, and he actually, when he was younger, he in 1998 he was part of the number 1 beach volleyball pair for Bolivia.
Oh,
And so
wow.
he's really an amazing volleyball player. His blocking technique, his hitting technique is wonderful, and he is just a fantastic coach. And I say that every year he
Yeah.
gets bits.
Every
Every
it
year,
doesn't
He gets bits.
yeah, and
Doesn't matter the team
and
that
it's
you
not
give
like
him,
right.
Yeah.
It's not always like he's got the biggest stud team ever. He
No.
just figures it out. I mean,
he
you know,
figures it out.
my daughter played for him for 2 years, and one thing that I always noticed was his. And I think this is not. He doesn't get enough credit for this. His in-game management, just the way he makes little adjustments. I remember, I would say like, the first set, my daughter's libero was getting beat. All of a sudden, second set, she's picking it up, and I was like, "What happened?" My daughter's like, "Well, he told me to look at this and just slide a foot
or
over
he
this
tweaks
way,
the block, or
tweaks,
he tweaks
tweaks
this, or
it, and it was
yeah.
just like everything, it just clicked, and he does that all the time.
Yes.
He makes so many adjustments that are just might seem like little minor adjustments, but it's the difference between winning and losing. And that's what he did with his team.
He
get that
really
open bid.
focuses on ball control for his team.
Yeah.
He really wants to teach the skills so the kids can then learn the game. And that's one of the things that he's so good at, because he coaches the 13s and then he hands them to me at 14s. And that's been a huge benefit for me, because they're coming in knowing all that.
Right.
Of course, you're still going to have to learn it at 14s, but he does such a wonderful job of teaching that at that early age.
Yeah, for sure.
And he, of course, is going to coach the 17s as well.
Right.
And I love that he does the 13s to get them ready for competition, as in ball control, base of defense, all those skills that they need, and the basics, all that technique. but then he's a great strategic coach.
Yeah.
And he sees the game, and so now he has two completely different ends. A
Yeah.
17 and a 13-1, they're just different games, but
Sure.
he's gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, totally different game for sure. But yeah. 13 national coach is our other director, Miss Brittany Collison.
So Brittany, she is she's really a gem that we found. Brittany has had two teams since she's been with us, and she's coaching the 13s and a 15s. Her 13s were one game away from getting a bid, and honestly, we didn't realize how great they were.
Yeah.
But really, she made them that way.
Yeah.
She turns teams into amazing teams, and they thrive.
Yeah.
And there isn't a player that does not love her.
That's what I was going to say. I say, I think almost every coach, and this includes you,
Everybody.
almost every coach has one or two people that's not
You're
my
never
style.
gonna make everybody
Right.
happy.
Brittany seems to do it. She seems to I don't recall ever having anybody not like Brittany.
No, Brittany is loved by her players. She's an extremely respectful, has a perfect demeanor for coaching.
Yeah.
Very specific, gives the feedback that needed, makes those tweaks that is needed, and then gives you that energy, on the sidelines when you do need a little bit of a pep
Yeah.
talk,
Yeah.
as well as something stern. But like I said, she's very even keel, and her knowledge is really huge. You can tell because with 13s and 15s, she does such an amazing job. She was a libero for Eastern Florida College, and she's been coaching for 11 years.
Yeah.
She coaches at Wesley Chapel. They've been to the Final Four.
Yeah, and
they've gone to
and when
regionals.
she took over, before she
Yeah.
took over, they were dreadful. And so
She
has
created
built
that program.
She has built that program.
She absolutely has
Yeah.
created that program, and she's fantastic.
Yeah, and then
So
and so she
she's also one of our she's our assistant director, and we snagged her right away just because she's just unique. She's just a wonderful coach and a wonderful person, and extremely organized, determined, and she's just great to have at FIBA.
Yeah, she's kind of helped all of us to kind of
Yes, she
take some
saved
of the
my life.
take some of the
Yes.
take some of the
Yes,
workload off
absolutely.
and all that. So yeah, she's good. She also played college soccer as well. Just remember we've been here watching the soccer bowl. the World Cup, and it kind of reminded me of that. But yeah, she played.
She's
kind
of one of those
as well.
people that she's tiny.
She is very
she's
tiny.
what 5'4",
She's going to
4'10",
tell you. She's
4'11"?
going to tell you 5'10", but I think that's with high heels on.
Okay.
Yeah, she is.
So, but it just shows you that it doesn't matter what size you are, you can definitely succeed in the sport.
Yeah. All right. 14 elite coach is yours truly, Katia Saavedra.
Yeah. So I end up taking, and I've coached from 12s to 18s at our club. But I definitely am enjoying the 14s and 15s age. I'm very do it right kind of person, and if we don't do it right, we're gonna do it over and over and over and over again until we kind of figure that out. So and sometimes I get kids, I know, but you always tell me that. Yes, and I'm gonna continue to always tell you that because that's my job. My job is to give you feedback and correct those mistakes that you're making and why you're making those mistakes. And I really enjoyed the 14s and 15s because you get to mold them.
Yeah.
And then really by the time I hand them off to the 16s coach, they know the base. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now you're gonna adjust to the team that you have or the strategy of the other team and so forth and so on. I also coach the ones teams because I am a tough coach and I do require them to work. And if you're on a ones team, you're coming in with that expectation.
Right.
And so we know that, players play club for a lot of different reasons, but you're on a ones team because you want to work, you want to learn, you want to get to the next level.
Yeah.
So I will be the 14s and 15s. So I have them for 2 years and then they move on. And I shed a couple of tears with my 15s this year because I've had them for 2 years and I don't get to have them anymore.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of sad.
Yeah. And I'll speak for you on this. I know a lot of people have a reputation that follows Katia as, oh, she's so mean and blah, blah. I will tell you again, she coached my daughter. Not true at all. If you do what you're supposed to do,
or you work hard.
You work hard.
You're not always going to do what you're supposed to do.
I should say.
But you work hard.
I should say you're in the right. You listen and follow directions. If you tell someone to do something and they do it, you're not gonna. And you shank a ball, you're not gonna have a problem. If you're not in the right spot because you're not listening, you're gonna keep on them.
And I will say, my kids come back, they learn, and
Yeah.
we typically have good seasons.
Yeah.
I don't really remember poor seasons.
No.
We've always had successful seasons, and that's because they're there to compete. They're there to work hard, and they appreciate it. I think the athlete that thrives on learning and thrives on improving needs a coach that is, requiring them to perform at all times and
Right.
to work hard.
And I think parents appreciate it too.
They
I know
do.
when I used to watch, I would just be like, yeah, this is great. Like she's never late. She's early. She's trying to start practice early. She's trying to run
Yeah.
practice late. She is, she's truly a workaholic. And I think the parents and the kids appreciate it. It's tough. It's like taking an AP class.
But
It's hard, but it's
yeah,
rewarding
exactly,
in the end.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you don't want it to be tough, there's definitely
There's other
other
options.
options for
Absolutely.
that. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. The other 14 elite coach we have is Courtney Bobo McKenzie.
So Courtney is, God, I love Courtney. She has had some good teams, and then she's had some difficult teams. And I don't want to say they were not great teams physically, just difficult. As we
Yeah.
all know as coaches, sometimes you get teams that are easy, and then sometimes you get teams that are
Yeah.
difficult.
Every team kind of takes on its own personality.
It does, absolutely.
And
There is
even
no
if-
team the same.
And it's weird because even if a team is almost the exact same from year to year, it can change. Like one
Absolutely.
little thing can change the whole dynamic of a team.
Yes.
And
You're right. So Courtney's always coached the 17s, and Courtney was the head coach at Sumner. She also was a coach at Florida State College, and she is a high-level coach. She knows the game. She has. I've sat by Courtney and just watched her. She can tell you where a kid's going to go and where they should shift. And even with she had injuries this year, she still had a successful season.
Yeah.
She overcame more obstacles this year than any
I-
other coach
I wanna
we
say-
have had at FIVA.
I want to say they had 6 season-ending injuries on the team. I mean, it's just
She-
incredible.
is ridiculously amazing.
Yeah.
She is. And so I think with older kids, bigger problems. With
Yeah.
younger kids, your problems are just easier. So she's always coached 17s. We're giving her a 14s. And I did this because I watched her coach last year, our 14s. And I want to say it was a 14 regional team.
Yeah, she was like 14
And
threes or 14 fours, I
Yeah,
believe. Yeah.
I left with my mouth open of how good of a job she did.
Yeah.
These kids left loving the game.
Right.
They all came back. They loved every bit of it
Mm-hmm.
after a not very successful season. And she really turned it around for them.
Yeah.
She just has that gift. And she has a gift of turning problems into success. And I'll tell you, that's really, really difficult to do.
Yeah.
Very difficult to do.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for her to thrive with the 14s this year.
Yeah, that was a like you said, that was a team that was had a tough year. Most of them were all brand new to the sport, and
I can
she just
see
brought a
her.
level-
Yeah, I can see her winning lots of championships,
Yeah.
and hopefully getting that
Yeah.
bit at A6 as well.
Yeah,
So
she just had lots of fun. They had lots of fun, and
Yeah.
it's always good to see the kids having fun, especially when they're new to the sport because you
Yeah.
want them to fall in love with the sport.
Yeah.
First and foremost.
she definitely does that to
Yeah.
them.
14 national coach is a new coach for us, Haley Aguilar.
Yeah. So Haley, coached for Tampa North for 7 years, and she's come over this way. She was actually an amazing player in college. She was a libero, and she went to East Tennessee State University. She also participated on the USA team for U18, and they won a gold medal
Oh,
for
wow.
the under U18 for the Team USA. So she is an extremely skilled and high level libero. She's going to help us out a lot with a lot of our defensive footwork, dives, rolls, moves, and so forth. We're going to have lots of that implemented into the practices when we do our positionals. So we're going to have her. There are a lot of practices maybe when she doesn't even have her team at the beginning when we separate them. And I'm really excited to have Haley. She has, she's shown great knowledge, and I'm excited to see what she does with her team. And she likes the 14, 15 age group, so she can teach them. They're sponges at that time.
Yeah.
So we're excited. I've liked everything that I see from Haley. So we'll see. This is the first year. We'll see what happens with that, and I have high hopes for that.
Yeah, really excited. Really
Yeah.
excited to have her join us. 15 elite coach. Once again, yourself, Cody Savager. So we'll skip that.
Yep.
The other 15 elite coach, Brittany Collison. Skip that again. Once again, she did earn a bid this year, coaching the 15 twos. I think she's got a great shot to do it every time she coaches,
And I think it's difficult. There's not many clubs that can get. I mean, a lot of clubs get bids, but they don't get them in depth. They're one teams usually go.
Yeah.
So the fact that Brittany was able to pull that off really shows her ability to be an amazing coach. And our 14 twos was great this year. And if they all come back, they would be an amazing team.
They'll be even better.
They'll be even better for next year.
And they will absolutely love Brittany as well.
Yeah, they'll have a phenomenal coach. They'll be training with the older kids, obviously, because our high school teams practice at night.
Yeah.
So they'll be training with a lot more of the older kids, and she'll do wonders with them. So we're hoping she has a repeat for next year, assuming the majority of those kids come back.
Right.
So.
Our 15 national coach is Michael Quinn. Before we get there, Michael Quinn is currently about to do his crossover to hopefully get into gold at AAU Nationals. He is undefeated this tournament. So he is our current 15 national coach. So Michael Quinn.
So Michael, I've never met anyone that doesn't love Michael.
Nope.
He's not a salesperson. He's just a wonderful person.
Yeah.
And every team that's ever had him as a coach loves Michael. And you made a comment, you're in the gym.
Yep.
And people are talking to you, and
people are
everybody's
excited to see.
happy
People
to
are
see
generally
you.
excited to see me.
Yeah.
And then he walks in the door,
and
they are
dirt.
pushing me to the
Yes,
side to get to
see.
Michael.
Yeah.
And it's like little hurtful, but he's
even my own child. Coach Michael's here. They
Yeah.
love Coach Michael.
yeah. And like I said, he's not trying.
No,
It's just the way. It's just
his
his
personality.
Yeah.
And really, they love him, and he's
Yeah.
done wonders with that team. So we're gonna give it to him again.
Yeah.
He coaches a top national team, and I think that he's done an amazing job. And I hope that he continues to do that and stays, FIVA forever till we're 70 years old and hobbling along with our, with our walker. So
That's right.
he's fantastic. I'm really excited. He coached actually in D3. He coached college.
Mhm.
So he went to University of Mount St. Vincent, and he stayed there and coached a couple of years. He's been coaching for over 10 years. So he's wonderful.
Yeah. And they won. I mean, they've had 8 tournaments this year. They won 4 gold medals.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
It's,
Not bad at all.
not bad at all. Other 15 national coaches, again, Brianna Doherty. So we went over her.
Mhm.
16 elite coach is my normal co-host of Elise Zapata.
So Elise is so unique in so many ways. She's feisty. She's got so much personality. She motivates the girls, yet she's on the girls, and she's an extremely strategic coach.
Mhm.
So a lot of times I'll be like, "Hey, why did you know?" She's like, "Yeah, well, because this middle blocker was doing this, or the outside hitter was doing this, or this is her strength, this is her weakness." She's able to see what is happening on the court and make those adjustments very quickly within. And
Yeah.
like I said, Elise coaches at Sun Lake. She's a head coach there, and I want to say she has made 6 appearances to regionals
Yeah, I think she's made 2 Final Fours
and 2
in the
Final
last 2
Fours.
years.
And again, she's another person that has grown that program.
Yeah, another program that wasn't really that special until she got there.
Yeah.
So,
So, I know that my daughter Mia, who she coached her when she was 18s, and not fair because Fernando and I have always been her coach. So, but she was the favorite coach. So it was Mia's favorite coach. Probably when she didn't have
Yeah.
us, but she's done wonderful, and so
Yeah.
she'll be the 16 elite coach again this year.
well, and I think it does say a lot that Elise has coached both of your daughters. So
Yes.
that's not something you just pass off to anybody. So
Yeah.
she's obviously
I definitely
she's obviously
trust-
pretty good. I'm
yeah.
not going to tell her to her face because I
If
don't
I,
want to.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I trust Elise completely. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Other 16 coach is Michaela Carrick, which we've gone over her. Our 16 national coach is everybody's favorite, Maddie Williams.
So Maddie is wonderful. Like again, it takes a certain demeanor to be a great coach, and Maddie loves the kids. She's nice and calm. She played for University of Wisconsin in Milwaukee, and she was a middle hitter and a right side. So, and she's a phenomenal blocker. We play beach volleyball with her, and she's just a great hitter and great blocker. She helps out with my middle hitting clinics, working on slides and all kinds of footwork. And I really think she knows the game. Um, I'm looking forward to it. This year, she took a lower level team because her schedule just did
Yeah.
not was didn't afford her to be at some of the tournaments for her older for a higher level team, and her 15 team loves her.
Yeah.
So she's done a really great job, and we love Maddie. We're so happy to have her. She's been with us. This is going to be her third year or fourth year. No, this will be her.
I think it's her fourth.
This is going to be her fourth.
Yeah. Well,
she's
I
been
think
with
she
us.
came in halfway through
Yeah.
1 year.
She
so
had a 17
three and a
team
half.
that,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
three and a
she
half.
she likes coaching the older kids because she gets to coach a little bit higher level.
Yeah.
And it's nice. It depends on what you want to do. Do you want to stick to the basics or do you want to coach more strategy?
Yeah.
So
And like you
yes.
said, she had our sixth 15s team this year, and they actually won a tournament, which
Yes.
is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite moments
if you
of
have
the
a
year.
regional team that wins a tournament,
That's
that
good.
just shows you
That
coaching.
means you know what
Exactly.
you're doing.
Yeah.
17 elite coach, of course, is Fernando Saavedra. Our other 17 elite coach is another new coach, and I'm sorry about the last name. I did not get the pronunciation,
Kassane,
but Frank.
Kassane. Yeah, Frank.
Coach
So
Frank.
Coach Frank is he has been coaching for 37 years. He is the most experienced coach we have on staff. As a matter of fact, I've been picking his brain, and he's got some great ideas to help us just continue to get better. If you think about it, from year 1, 16 teams, to year 5, 34 teams,
Yeah.
year 1 bid, year 5, 7 bids, we're doing something right.
Yeah.
So that will never change in the fact that we have to continue to grow, learn, modify, and make our training better and better every single year. He opened a club in Savannah years ago. He's been coaching for 37 years. He was a middle blocker at Lemoyne College. He has extensive volleyball knowledge, and we just want to make sure that we absorb everything that we possibly can. So he's
Yeah.
going to coach the other 17's elite team. He's a stern, tough coach, but the girls respect him and they love him.
Yeah.
Parents have loved him since he took over for our coach Alexis
When
this
she
year
moved,
because
yep.
she's moved to Pennsylvania. Oh no,
South
South
Carolina.
Carolina. And they ended well, and then they really enjoyed having him as a coach. And I'm glad to have another older person.
Yeah, and I'm glad because I was currently the oldest male working at
and I'm
FIBA,
currently
and
the
so-
oldest female. Still
Yeah.
the oldest female, but it's just nice to get
Yeah.
older coaches. And again, we're not old; we're just older. But at
And
the end, the reality is, the older you get, the more experience you
Right.
get, the more knowledge you acquire. You can be an amazing coach, and we do have amazing young coaches, but they will be so much better
Mhm.
as they grow with that
Sure.
experience, and that's what Frank brings us.
older and wiser, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
older and
and
wiser.
Frank has extensive experience with the master coaching system as well, which is
Exactly.
great.
Yes.
All right, and our 17 national coach is Savannah Ogle.
Yeah, so Savannah is actually, I just want to do a shout out for Savannah. She got engaged,
That's right.
and she is currently pregnant. She's going to be having her first child, and yeah, so we do look forward to that. Savannah played D1 college. And as a matter of fact, I kind of forgot where she played D1 college.
Georgia Tech, right? I think it was
What was
Georgia
it?
Tech.
Georgia
I believe it was
Tech,
Georgia
yes.
Tech. Yeah.
So she played D1 college at Georgia Tech. Massive blocker, massive hitter. And, we started Savannah when she first joined us with the younger kids. But Savannah's vision when she coaches is just a higher level. And so, we moved her up a couple, and she's really thrived with the 17s, and we love her on the 17s.
Yeah.
She's been great for us. She works really hard. She comes to all the practices, and again, she does have that calm yet feisty demeanor when needed. And I think that's the difference between a good coach and a new coach. Are you able to control your emotions and use those emotions to motivate your team at the right spot?
Yeah.
and she does a really good job of that. So we are really happy that she'll continue with the 17s national team, and that's basically our lineup to start
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, and like I said, again, there are more coaches, there are going to be more teams. We just don't quite know where they're going to fit. Reminder for everybody: make sure you sign up for tryouts. The earlier you register, the easier it is for us to make sure we have enough staff and get all that kind of stuff ready. So you can go to our website fevolleyball.com/tryouts, and you can do that. Lots of gonna be a crazy time. It's my least favorite
Yeah,
time of year, but it's
tryouts.
exciting at the same point. It's a little bit of everything.
It is exciting, and it is stressful, and I look forward to it every year. I look forward to seeing all the new faces.
Yeah.
And I love seeing all our own kids coming back and
Yeah.
making those teams. And when we get all these new kids, those teams get better and better.
Right.
So we hope to see a lot of those faces coming back, and I love to have those conversations with parents. I've already had dozens of parents reach out and say, Katia, where do you see my kid? And I said, well, she's improved drastically, but let's see what tryouts comes, or what
Yeah.
division do you want her to try out for, whether it's
Yeah.
elite or national or regional. So looking forward to it, but not looking forward to
Yeah,
it. My
yeah.
my favorite time of the year is the beginning of the year in November, when we
Right.
start
When you actually-
coaching, when we when club starts, because you're hungry for it.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it when November comes around.
Right.
So
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of stress, but I am excited as well. So anyway, so that is our coaching lineup for
Yes.
2026,
Woohoo.
2027. Thank you guys again for joining us. We will get back to a regular podcast sometime shortly. Kind of a little bit of a dead period right now. I am not going to attempt to do this podcast
AAU, yeah,
I am not
AAU's
going to do
kinda
this
took over.
podcast during tryout. It is way too much. But once the dust settles a little bit, we'll get back at it. So anyway, thank you, Katia, for joining us, and
Thank
we'll see you
you.
guys soon.
All right, see you soon. Bye.
Fever side, serve it up live. Davis in the cut, Coach Lee's on the mic. Hey! We go above the tape, every story, every play. Break it down on a daily, club dreams on a Tuesday. From the first ball toss to that fist that freeze. Every dive, every drop, gotta take from Elise. Davis with the stats, he be talking that heat. From the bench to the bus, yeah, we bring it this week.
Above the tape, we rise up. Fever club, turn it up. Every set, every side out. We talk it all on the pod, no doubt. Above the tape, can't hold us. Happy voices in the chorus. Bump set, love this game. Sing it loud, remember the name. Above the tape. Above the tape. Whistle blows, we're on, new it, please press play. Parents in the parking lot, kids streaming on the way. Laughing through the bloopers, crying when we fall short. Then we're back in the gym, turn the pain into sport. Coach Lee's with the wisdom, David's got the questions. Every week's a new one, even learning from lessons. For the tape, we rise up. Fever club, turn it up. Every set, every side out. We talk it all on the pod, no doubt. Above the tape, can't hold us. Happy voices in the chorus. Bump set, love this game. Sing it loud, remember the name. Above the tape.
We go up, up, up.
Never stay the same.
Talk it out, lift it up.
Every play of our name.
From the first little league
To the college stage.
Fever fam in your ears as you chase that wave.
Above the